Hey guys, what's up? So today I'm going to be showing you how to set up the most effective and easiest way to set up a sidechain in UAD Luna. Because as you may or may not know, Luna does not have sidechain capability. But all hope is not lost because there is an easy workaround. Now this is different than anything I've seen out there. I've seen some other videos out there on how to do it. Like you have to pan everything one to the left or to the right. It's like really complicated. It's not that complicated. It's not rocket science, but it made my brain hurt watching, the video on how to do it. And I stopped watching it because I'm thinking there's no way I'm going to go through this process every time I need to set up a sidechain. Because if you're like me, I use sidechain all over the place because I like sidechain. So that's not an option. So this is an option. Jumping right in, this is basically going to be using, you need LFO Tool. LFO Tool is made by, what's her name? It's the same guys that make Serum. Xfer, whatever. They make LFO Tool. And it's great for sidechain. And it works in Luna to sidechain. So what you need, so right here, I'll go into this song real quick. You'll see here, I've got an audio kick, right? An audio file that I brought over from Machine, okay? It's pretty repetitive, and it does the same thing throughout the whole, track. So it's easy to it was easy for me to just create, right here is the sidechain that I created. So basically, what you need to do is you need to create a MIDI track, and you need to put MIDI notes for every kick, right? So I just lined them up. It was really easy in Luna to just create MIDI notes on each kick, right? And then I just copied and pasted it out throughout the whole track. So now, if you don't have a kick that's really repetitive, if you're trying to sidechain something that's not repetitive, it's still possible to do without having to do it manually. That's a different process. I mean, it's the same basic principle, but you need something. Basically, you need Melodyne. You need to import that audio into Melodyne and then export it as MIDI, and that process there makes it possible to sidechain stuff like vocals. So you can import your vocals. Okay, sorry, I got interrupted. Where was I? Let's see. Like I was saying, you can use Melodyne to create a sidechain for vocals. Like if you want to duck the reverb on vocals or duck the delay, that is possible. All you have to do is import the audio track of the audio vocals into Melodyne and then export it as MIDI and then re-import it as a MIDI track, and then you just use that as your sidechain. Okay, and I'm gonna make another video and post that in a day or two. Okay, I was gonna try to put the whole thing in one video, but it was just too long. Okay, so I'm gonna do this one first, and then I'll show you the whole Melodyne thing later. So this is more just showing you how to set up a simple sidechain with a kick and bass. Okay, and so anyways, I've got my kick sidechain here that I created, right? MIDI notes. Once you've got your sidechain created, you want to go to the track where you want to actually do the ducking, and you're going to add LFO Tool. Okay, so I've got LFO Tool here loaded on the insert of this bass. Okay, and you can see it here. And if I hit play, you can hear it ducking, and you can see it ducking. And that's happening every time that MIDI note sends a MIDI note to LFO Tool here. Okay, so you load that LFO Tool up, right? Low bass audio is the name of the track. So then we're going to go back. Once you have this LFO Tool loaded up and you've got an envelope that looks kind of like this, you're going to want to change this where it says MIDI. You want to change it to, you want to keep clicking it until it says ENV. It's kind of hard to read, but it says so it's envelope. So every time the MIDI note gets sent to LFO Tool, it's gonna do this envelope here. And I have it set to quarter notes right now. And you can change that if you want it, if you want the envelope to be shorter or longer. Okay. So you can see here, every time the kick hits, it goes through this envelope. As you can see here, ducking it every time the kick hits. Okay. So you want to go back to the kick sidechain, and you want to set the you want to click on out here, and then you want to go to up here to MIDI output, and you want to I have this kick sidechain sending to multiple tracks because I'm actually ducking multiple tracks at the same time. So you can do that. You can actually have it ducking multiple tracks all at once. You just need to add them in here. So as you can see here, I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tracks that I am sending this sidechain to. Each one of those tracks has an LFO tool loaded up on it. Okay. So you just want to select MIDI out, and then you want to select the track that you want to send it to. Like for example, here I have it to high bass, audio, copy, and then I send it to all. Click all there, and it will send those notes to the LFO tool instance that's loaded on those audio tracks. And that's how you do it. It's really simple. Once you do that, you've got your sidechain, and then you can play around with this envelope. You can adjust the attack, basically. So if I want, see, so like you can really duck it further, you know, this is basically like you're adjusting the attack on the envelope. That's the quick and easy way to set up Sidechain in Luna and make Luna usable without the sidechain. But hopefully sooner rather than later, the UAD is going to be coming out with a real sidechain implementation that we can use from within the program without having to use LFO Tool. Okay, so hope you enjoyed that, and I'll be posting that other video on how to sidechain vocal reverb next time. So stay tuned, subscribe, and like below, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks.